There is no National Association of Home Buyers, no National Association of Home Sellers. It's the National Association of Realtors. And we are there to be able to help people here in the United States of America to buy, sell, lease, and transfer real property. The bigger problem, Anthony, is the Department of Justice, who we've been in their crosshairs for as long as I've been involved at the National Association of Realtors. We had a settlement with them in 2020. In 2021, they reneged on the deal. We sued them and we won in court. But the reason I've spoken so much about this is because the way that we operate our business, it's going to change. It is going to change. Whether we embrace it and adapt, or it's going to be forced down our throats, because the change, it's happening. It's not just click, show, sign, buy. Yeah. This year, I mean, we're facing a government shutdown again, right? And what's going to be tied into that? Flood insurance is up for reauthorization. It needs to be reauthorized by March 9th. So that's something that we're keeping an eye on. We're talking to the members of Congress about tax incentives for property ownership, removing the marriage penalty for filing. We're also having conversations about either eliminating or significantly reducing capital gains if we had some small landlords who'd be willing to sell some of their rental properties to first-time home buyers. Think about what that would do for inventory. Mortgage interest deduction, the 1031 like-kind exchange for those of you that you might represent small commercial property owners, or I mean even residential properties, you can 1031 exchange them. They're always looking to increase the tax base, and we're a prime target for them. So that's why it's so important. But we're having the conversations, like I said, about the capital gains rates, the marriage penalties. We're also asking them to index things for inflation. And it's a great conversation to have now based on what inflation has done over the last couple of years, with that home prices have risen so much. So we'll be in Washington, D.C. in May, meeting with our legislators, speaking on your behalf, on behalf of your customers, your clients. We have a broker summit if there are brokers. Actually, we have a broker's edge here in Massachusetts in Waltham at the end of February. You're paying dues already. So go to nar.realtor, explore the site. You can become endorsed with Commitment to Excellence, C2EX. You can get your endorsement there. That's something that you can proudly announce and let your customers and clients know. There are other trainings you can do on fair housing. It's just like what I told the staff at the National Association of Realtors. When we have challenging times, and we do, and one of the things that my goal, Anthony, is with the National Association of Realtors is try and add some stability in this time where we're in some choppy waters. Yep. You know, typically something about me, I do my best not to panic. I'm analytical. I gather as much information as I can. Once you have the information, what do you do with it? You process it, and then you develop a plan, a solution. Once you have it, implement that plan, right? And it's just getting back to basics. You know your customers. Stay in touch with them. Pick up the call. These things work both ways. You can take calls and you can make calls. Right. It all goes back to when I talked about you telling your story. Tell it to whoever will listen. Hopefully you'll have somebody in the media that you can tell your story to. Elected officials, regulators, policymakers. But it's just get back to basics.
Kevin, thank you very much.
Anthony,
appreciate all you do. Seriously.